All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with our winners of the Open Finals. We just finished out a great night of competition, and of course we've got the Level 4, Level 3, 2, 1, and primetime winners with us. Let's start off by celebrating the back-to-back victories here, defending the championship from 2023. How about a hand for Casey Geary and Downright Amazing? The third win total in the NRBC history, the second straight with the same amount there. And down through the list here, of course, we also have our Level 3 winners. That was actually a three-way tie. Wayne Latimer, Ruben Vora, who had to head out already, is not able to join us here in the press conference, but also Gabe Hutson. Those three tied for the Level 3 win, each with a 221 and 1.5. Give them a round of applause if you would. If you're with us here. Level 2 and Level 1. His debut at the National Lane Leaders Classic has been very successful. He took some victories in the go-rounds, and now he is winner Level 1 and 2. Marcelo, Alves, Silva, and Strike Your Fancy. 220 and 1.5. And one of our past winners with us here took the primetime victory tonight, Craig Schmerzel, and slide me a little cash down there on the end. So congratulations to Craig also. I know we've had a long couple of weeks here, and we need to get back down to the pen for our awards. So we'll keep this fairly brief, at least from my perspective, but we will be turning over the microphone here to our media once we're done with the initial questions. Casey, give me an idea of what it feels like to win the NRBC, first of all, but unlike many other people have done in the history of this event, to do so back-to-back with the same horse. That's pretty incredible.
You know, that's such a special horse that every time I go in there, there's some pressure to make sure that I make him look as good as he can possibly be. So it's an honor and a privilege to get to show that horse for David Good. I'm hoping that gets to continue.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing what else is produced by the combination of you two coming forward. Before we got to sit down here, I mentioned to you that from my perspective, as somebody who likes to watch a great production, or anybody who is a spectator and enjoys great sport, that was really the great way to watch there. We had so many changes at the top from the very beginning, and then you set a standard that went uncatchable until the second to last set, and then they put you back on notice that you had to climb back to the top. How does that feel? How do you deal with the pressure in that kind of situation?
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did not. You know, it's always fun to hear the music come on, and the horse that I was leading it on earlier is really a nice horse. It's a 4-year-old that Devin Warren started and had most of his 3-year-old year. So it's always awesome to get to show great horses like that. But it was a little bit of a, I don't want to say a roller coaster for me because I have so much confidence in Downright Amazing. I knew if I didn't fall off, he was going to be close to good.
Well, and that turned out to be the case there. Congratulations on that. One final question. NRBC continues to innovate. We talked about that a number of times here throughout the week, the press conferences, at our draw parties, etc. How did you feel about this year with the expanded schedule and all the additions and changes to the format of the show?
I personally enjoyed it. We hauled 33 head here and had 6 haul-ins. We were really busy the whole time, so it was nice to be able to sleep all night. I think there was maybe one night that we didn't get more than a couple hours of sleep, so I appreciated it.
And that's not common in a ring. You generally get pretty late at night, aren't you?
No, when you bring that many horses, you're going around the clock most of the time, so it's really nice to have a chance to eat a meal in the daylight and sleep.
Tribute to everybody who puts the NRBC together, because they stop at pretty much nothing to make sure that it's absolutely the best. And they're always open to suggestion. We had a roundtable discussion here yesterday pertaining to that. So I know they will continue evolving this show to make it better and better and better every single year. Dwayne Latimer, of course, one of our winners here in the Level 3 ranks. Dwayne, past winner twice already in the Level 4 as well. CS, especially Moody, was your ride here tonight for that Level 3 tie for the victory. Tell me a little bit about your mount CS, especially Moody.
He's been a really nice horse. I won the qualifier out there in Golden Dollar earlier this year. And so, you know, I had high expectations coming in. You know, I didn't quite live up to what I wanted, but he was really good.
And not only doing well as an open rider here here. But of course, we also had some great success out of Jean Maria Schumacher in the non-pro divisions earlier last week, and of course, just a couple nights ago as well. So she's been great here. You've been all around great in our performance here at the NRBC. How does it feel?
It feels good. I don't know about great. That's kind of a big word. I'm not through it. But yeah, no, we had good work for sure.
Yeah, incredible on all fronts. Let me just ask you, somebody who rides professionally and trains, lots to do over the course of the 2 weeks. Would you echo the sentiment that Casey mentioned here, that the schedule, the extended schedule, a little bit more time has worked out in everybody's favor?
I think it was good. For sure, we all got a lot more sleep, without a doubt. Whether I want to be here for 16 days, I'll have to think on that a little bit.
Right. Well, again, the organizing committee is always up for discussion about those things, and I think happy to flex in whatever works for the majority of the audience here. Let's go ahead and send it on down to Gabe. Gabe Hutson showed earlier in the first section. He was actually 56th in the draw there from the event that started this morning at 10 a.m. So you have a whole lot of time to wait after the end of the first section and before we started section 2. But coming out of that, did you feel pretty confident that you were going to stay up close to the top of all 3 ranks?
Not really. When I looked at the guys that were left and who I had to follow, I was pretty nervous, to be honest with you. I was way more nervous sitting there waiting on those guys to show than I was showing back today.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's obviously a lot of big names, a lot of past winners in that field, so I can understand that. You were also here for our roundtable discussion yesterday about the NRBC, the development of the show, and the continued evolution and innovations that they're putting into effect here. Anything you sort of thought of since then, your experience since the roundtable?
It was a great week. I think, like what these guys said, it was nice to have the schedule we had with customers here and getting rest. I mean, I didn't really change my riding schedule from what I do at home here. That was really nice.
Well, good for you, and glad you enjoyed the way things unfolded. Obviously, Ruben, as I mentioned, Ruben Vora not with us here, as he had to head out already, but we salute him as well in his absence, and I'm sure we'll catch up with him to find out some parting words about his performance as a 3-way tie for level 3 win. Yes?
Max is here to represent Ruben.
Oh, okay, excellent. Max, step on up. I guess we can ask Max a question on Ruben's behalf. Tell us a little bit about Ruben's out there from the level 3 win. Ruben taking a 3-way tie victory with Mr. Fahrenheit. A great horse. We've seen that horse with a lot of success in the past. Anything new that you can share?
No, I think Ruben done an amazing job showing the horse, and yeah, the horse was awesome. Yeah, sure thing.
Did Ruben happen to pass anything along your way about his experience here at the National Range Breeders' Classic? Sort of passing that question on to everybody because we have made so many changes this year. What was your experience this week?
I don't think Ruben loved it.
Too long a schedule?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But that's a question for him, not for me.
Okay.
Right into you.
All right, well, a salute, and Mr. Fahrenheit, of course, Ruben Vora, and more than Ruben Vora entry. Congratulations to all of you. And we'll move on now to our level 1 and level 2 winner. We got Lucas with us here to assist Marcelo Almeida de Silva. Had a great go-round, a win in the go-rounds the other day, and now taking a victory with Strike Your Fancy at both level 2 and level 3. Some big prizes on the line there. Marcelo's going to lead with $20,000 for the win. Also second in level 2 with $7,833 coming in for a little on 66's effort. And we also have him winning the level 1 and taking second there as well. So rounding out with $12,500 for those results. We had to work with him the other day. Is there anything in particular Marcelo would like to share with the audience here on his experience as he's coming out with a couple more big finishes?
So he said it was an amazing dream for him to be here, full of amazing riders that he looks up to when he's in Brazil and watching you guys show here. So he wants to primarily thank Casey, the whole Geary family, Cole for accepting him bringing him here and trusting him with great horses to run. It's been a very special experience, and he said he's going to remember this for the rest of his life.
I have to say that the horse family, and in particular the reining family, can be incredibly welcoming and bring you to the fold. It's nice to know that that family is truly worldwide. Riders from the U.S., from Canada, from Brazil, all up here on the main stage here today. And we, of course, have a lot of other countries represented in the field here throughout the course of the weekend. We are truly a worldwide family in the horse world. So welcome. Glad you could make it here. You've been a long-time reigner, a lot of success in your home country. Glad to see that you're able to come on up here and earn yourself some big checks in the U.S. at such an event as the National Reining Breeders' Classic. We're going to send it on down the way there to Greg Schmerzel with slightly a little cash. The Hickory Creek Ranch entry earning a 225.5, and he takes that prime time win. Greg, you've been a past winner, obviously, the level 4 back in 2010. Nice check here for your prime time victory. That 225.5, not too shabby. Tell me about your experience. You've been a long-time competitor in the NRBC. What do you think about the event this year?
Well, I think we all had a great week. I personally like to sleep at night, so I think the longer, the horse show was better for us. My horse showed good. The horse show was great. I liked NRBC because they did take a chance on adding the days and making it easier on, most importantly, our help, because none of us would be here without our help. And I think sometimes it's really hard on the help. So I like the longer days. Or the longer
weeks and the shorter days within those weeks, right? How about some information on Sloppy a little cash, your winner in that prime time division here tonight?
Well, I've had that horse for like a year, and he's just gradually gotten better and better and better, and hopefully he continues to do so, because I'd like to beat Casey one time, in the near future. But most importantly, I just like beating the young guys like Luca and Kate. That's my goal at every horse show, to beat those young guys, because, I want to be able to say I did.
Indeed. Age and wisdom, and apparently, as you said when you sat down here, pretty confident in your own good looks, obviously. So,
that's because his vision's going.
That happens with age, doesn't it? His hearing's not. Stop picking on him. All right, we'll go ahead. We've got the wireless microphone out there. We've got several representatives of the media. We ask you to go ahead and identify who you are here representing, and we'll have a few questions before we send them back down into the pen here to take care of our awards. Go ahead.
I'm Lisa with NRBC Media. This is a question for anyone who wants to answer, but running a big thing like this can be a blessing or a curse. You can really show off your horse, but you can also run out of horse if you're not careful and you don't plan correctly. So, for anybody who wants to answer, just talk about how you handle that challenge and balance those two things so that you can have a successful run and really show your horse the best.
There you go.
You saved your life.
That's good. I appreciate it. That's kind of bad, because I can't handle that.
I know me personally, I made sure that I got my horses out earlier than normal and got them ready and made sure they had plenty of time to air up and drink some water and be completely, not necessarily cooled off, but cooled down enough that I knew they'd not struggle to get through there, because it did get hot and humid today and the ground got sticky here, which is, part of it when you're dealing with the weather blowing in. But, I think part of having really nice horses and trusting the work that we've done with them is knowing that they're going to do their job when you go in.
Anybody else have any comments on showing here in the Big Pen at Tulsa? Okay, any other questions, Hannah?
This question is for Max. What does this win mean for you as a co-owner of that horse?
It's awesome. It's awesome to be part of this. I'm very lucky to be so young and own such a kind of horse. I got very lucky. The story of this horse has been super fun to me, and I'm just riding the way, and this is super fun. I'm going to keep riding it as long as I can. That's super special.
Other questions? Anybody in the audience here have anything to ask? We've still got a full slate of awards to present here. So feel free to ask, but if not, we'll go ahead and send these guys back down to the pen. There's some folks over there that want that to happen, so Hannah, did you have something else?
We don't have to.
Go ahead, ask one more.
For those of you who have won an NRBC before, does that ever get any less special?
A bunch of
No.
head shaking and no's.
Absolutely, never less special.
Never less special to pick up a big check. All right. Congratulations to all these winners one more time. We'll give them a collective round of applause as we send them